Duchies. Often these titles are more important than whatever kingdom titles you hold, as they make up your direct domain and the basis of your military and economic power in Crusader Kings 3. Because of this, it can be important to know what duchies to watch out for, which is why I've made this top 10 duchy tier list. Criteria for ranking the duchies will encompass several things, such as development, the number of baronies in the duchy, and special features such as mines, universities, and ideal terrain. Without further ado, let's begin. Starting off at number 10, we have Lower Lotharingia. Located in the upper left part of the Holy Roman Empire in 1066, this duchy has an impressive 21 baronies as well as an incredible cathedral. There are farmlands in its terrain, which is good for development, and there's also the nearby Palace of Aachen, which while in a different duchy would not be that hard to conquer and de jure drift into your own. This duchy isn't my personal favorite, but 21 baronies is actually pretty huge, so perhaps the next time you play in the HRE, give Lower Lotharingia a try. Up next in the number 9 spot, we have Al Said. You may already know that Egypt is one of the strongest kingdoms in CK3, primarily because of the floodplains, which when combined with the agrarian cultural tradition give a plus 30% to development growth. Al Said is almost all floodplains and is composed of 19 baronies. The reason why you might prefer Al Said, which has no special buildings, to Cairo, which has 3, is because Cairo is a very small duchy, not something that you could realistically play tall with. Therefore, Al Said is one of the best duchies and one of the best kingdoms in the game. Moving on to number 8, we go over to India, with the Duchy of Chola Nadu. In 1066, this duchy starts off with really high development and 11 baronies. Located in this duchy is the Brihadiswarar Temple? I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. And it's also close to many other special buildings of interest. While 11 baronies puts it as one of the smaller duchies on our list, I still think it has merit. Oh, and there's also a holy site right above it. Moving on to number 7, we remain in India with Chikore. This duchy has a holy site, 14 baronies, the Mahabodhi Temple, the Nalanda University, and very high development in 1066. It should also be noted that the Nalanda University is just flatly better than a regular university, with plus 20% development growth instead of plus 10, and in addition to giving you learning per level of fame like a regular university, it also gives you stewardship per level of fame. In a way, universities are rather better than temple buildings, as they can be used to give your children great educations and also to improve your own education as the game goes along. At number 6, we have one of my absolute favorite duchies, and that I have played with a lot, Sardinia. Just left of Italy and in the middle of the Mediterranean, Sardinia has 13 baronies and a lot of coast. Coastline is great as the trade port line of buildings helps you get lots of development, which is good for playing tall. It has the Argentaria mine special building, which gives lots of money. It's very easy to form the Kingdom of Sardinia and Corsica using this duchy. You've got lots of nearby areas to expand to, what being in Iberia, Italy, and North Africa. And as a last bonus, the island has murex harvesters. These snail farms, famous for producing the very expensive purple dye used by Roman emperors, grants you lots of bonus influence in administrative realms. This means that if you eventually choose to join Byzantium, you'll have a much easier time scheming your way to become emperor than you would with a regular duchy. At number 5, we take a trip to France, going to the Duchy of Valois. This duchy has a whopping 26 baronies for you to develop. In terms of special buildings, it's got the Notre Dame that you can build, and it has some farmland terrain for some bonus development. Overall, I chose to give Valois the number 5 spot, as having that many baronies is just too great to ignore. Valois is indeed a great spot from which to rule France. Moving up to number 4, we go down to Africa, to the Duchy of Manding. This duchy has 3 special buildings, those being 2 gold mines and a grand temple. With 23 baronies, this is a great place to channel your inner Mansa Musa and get extremely rich. In terms of terrain, it's mostly composed of hills and floodplains, and the one downside to starting off here is that in 1066 it starts with very little development. Don't let that deter you though, as once you build it up, you'll be the richest person on the map. At number 3, we head east to Rome. No, not that Rome, the real Rome. The Duchy of Thrace in Byzantium. Thrace only has 12 baronies, but it has an absolutely amazing capital. First off, it's a holy site for Orthodox Christianity and a few others. And secondly, it's got 2 incredible special buildings, the Theodosian Walls and the Hagia Sophia. Those of you who may have seen my Best Duchy Buildings video may recall that Theodosian Walls are one of my absolute favorite buildings in the game. Plus 10 flat monthly tax. plus 5 fort level, plus 100% garrison size, plus 1000 garrison, plus 30% holding taxes, plus 20% monthly growth, and plus 0.40 monthly development growth. Not to mention plus 15 levy size and plus 15 holding taxes. If all that weren't enough, the duchy also starts with insanely high development, and in 1066 starts with the Pandadactarion, a permanent county modifier that gives plus 15% development growth and counts as a university, so you can actually use it to get educated and to educate your children. And if all that weren't enough, there's also Murex harvesters within the duchy, which will help you secure your hold on power within the administrative Byzantine realm. Truly, this duchy deserves the number 3 spot. Moving on to number 2, we take a gander over to the Persian Empire in the Duchy of Baghdad. This is of course another absolutely stellar duchy with 3 special buildings. The first of which, the Baghdad House of Wisdom, is absolutely excellent. Plus 20% holding taxes, plus 20% monthly development growth, plus 0.30 monthly development growth, plus 1 learning per level of fame, plus 5% monthly renown, plus 15% monthly lifestyle experience, plus 10% cultural fascination progress, and negative 20% faith creation reformation costs, and plus 10% different culture opinion. Another one of the special buildings is a university, which is always nice to see. And the last one gives you a bonus to construction time. This duchy starts with some good development, and a lot of special buildings nearby in addition to the ones it already has, but one of the biggest things that makes this duchy great is the floodplains. This duchy is almost entirely floodplains, and as discussed beforehand, if you combine it with the agrarian cultural tradition, you can get insane levels of development. While 16 baronies isn't as large as some of the other duchies on our list, this one just has so many bonuses it's hard to ignore. Next time you're playing in Persia, try going for Baghdad. And lastly, at the number 1 spot on our list, going to perhaps what is the single most powerful duchy in the game for tall players, we have Bohemia, at a whopping 35 baronies. In addition to this absolutely massive pile of baronies, this duchy also has a university and a mine. All of this is made even better by the fact that in 1066, this duchy starts off with the Czech culture, which has the industrious cultural tradition. This tradition unlocks windmills and watermills 1 era early, which is excellent for building tall, and it also gives you bonuses to construction time. As an added bonus, the cultural pillar is bureaucratic, which is excellent as it gives you bonus development, cultural fascination progress, and lifestyle experience, all very important for playing tall, and mountaineer ruralism certainly doesn't hurt. You may already know of the greatness of Bohemia after watching several koi fish videos, but that greatness cannot be understated. This single duchy can make you more powerful than an entire empire. So yes, if you're looking to play a 1 duchy game, try Bohemia.